All right, so today we're just gonna get right into it because about halfway through we'll have some time to stretch, to breathe, to connect to our bodies. And if you're feeling up for it, let's start in a downward facing dog. So we're gonna spread those fingertips nice and wide, and then just finding your feet about hip distance apart. Start to bend one knee and then the other. Really encouraging the chest to melt, the head to melt between the shoulders, closer to the chest. And as you breathe here, start to slowly walk the hands closer to the body one at a time, grounding into the heels once you get there. Forward fold, really bend the knees so the belly can rest onto the thighs. And on your inhale, bring your hands to your knees, lift your chest, try to create a flat back spine. Pull your legs apart from one another. Bend the knees, slide your hands down your shins, connect them towards the earth, bow your head. And then start to walk your hands one at a time, coming back to that downward dog in time. Good, and then take a big breath here, push into your palms, melt your head down. On your inhale, walk your opposite hand, so left hand, then right hand, and then really start to push into each hand one at a time. Lengthen your spine, bring your hands to your knees. Exhale, slide your hands down your shins, bend your knees, let your head go. Walk your right hand, your left hand, maybe come into a plank pose this time before you come into your downward facing dog. Hips go high, head goes heavy. Let's do that a few more times. So your right hand, lean into your right hand, so totally support yourself with one hand at a time, gently grounding into your heels, forward fold, let your upper body go. And as you inhale, lengthen your spine, create a flat back, squeeze your legs apart, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, slide your hand down your shins, bend your knees, connect your palms, let it go. Walking your hands one at a time, maybe walk all the way to a plank pose. Take a breath here, and then send your hips high, downward facing dog. Now this time start to walk your feet closer. So bend your knees as much as you want to. Maybe keep your palms connected the whole time, walking all the way up, and then slide your hand up to your knees, maybe your thighs. Exhale, bend your knees, slide your hands down. Start to walk your right foot back halfway, your left foot back, coming to a downward facing dog. Good, so we'll walk back up, connecting into your palms one at a time. Let yourself go slow this morning. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Slide your hands down, bend your knees, step your feet back one at a time. Try to go the opposite way. Try to go nice and slow. And then find that downward facing dog. Find that breath. Good, and then looking at your hands, roll your shoulders over your wrists. So coming into a plank pose. Bend your knees, send your hips high, let your upper body go, downward facing dog. Begin to walk your hands back to your toes. Bend your knees this time, so melt your belly onto your thighs. Let your head rest. Slide your hand up your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. So we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to lift our spine all the way up and then step into a high lunge. So your hands are on your hips. You've got a really nice bend in that knee. Your knee's going out towards your pinky, so make sure you can see your right big toe. And then we're just going to exhale, fold. We're going to plant our palms so that you can step your left foot forward. And then we're going to step our right foot back. And then we're going to inhale, come back to your high lunge, hands to your hips. Take a moment here. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, plant your hands, step your right foot forward, step your left foot back, bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest. Linger here as you tuck your tailbone, as you lean your shoulders back. Exhale, hinge at the hips, connect your palms, bend your left knee, step it forward, step your right foot all the way back, hands to hips, lift your chest. Take a moment to breathe. Hinge forward, connect your palms, bend your right knee, step it forward, step your left leg back, hands to hips, inhale, lift your chest. Push into your right heel. So push your right foot away from you, but stay low in your knee. Exhale, fold. This time, step your right foot back. And this time, step your left foot forward. And then bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your palms down. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot forward. Bring your hands to your hips and lift your chest. Exhale, lower back down. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot forward in between your hands, hands to your hips. Inhale to your high lunge. Push that left heel away from you. Take one more breath. Plant your palms. Bend your right knee. Step it forward. Forward fold. Let it go. And then lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold. Good. And then just start to slowly come onto your knees. Bringing your knees as wide as your mat. Dropping your belly. And then letting your big toes kiss one another. Slowly start to keep your chest lifted, but just kind of melt your hips side to side. If that hurts the knees at all, try tucking your toes, and that might take the pressure off. If not, you could put a pillow between your hips and your calves, or you could just hang out on your back and happy baby. That would feel really good too. So just kind of wiggle through the hips side to side, and then eventually melt all the way down into your child's pose, extending your arms all the way out so that you can melt your forehead onto the mat. And see if you can pull your lower belly in. See if you can melt your chest a little deeper. See if you can reach your fingertips just a little farther. Like a kitty cat just kind of crawling towards you like, love me. Love yourself, love your stretch, love your breath. And then looking at your hands with your gaze, lift up your palms, and then kind of like the Addams Family hand, reach your fingers all the way away from you. Maybe push into your right palm so that you can melt into that left side stretch. Trying to tack that left hip back. Good, so this is the slow stretching as I was talking about. So just gonna come into your breath here. Expand through your fascia, looking at your fingers. Play the piano all the way to the left, maybe bringing that left hand closer towards you so you can guide that right hip farther away from you. Taking a couple more breaths into your shape. And then reaching all the way back to your child's pose. Gently lifting up through your hips. Just kind of rolling around any way that you need to. We'll meet back in a tabletop. So stacking your wrists, your shoulders, setting yourself up in the foundation. And we're just gonna open up our right hand. So reach that right arm all the way to the sky. And then we're going to thread it underneath our right arm, left arm, and we're going to drop our right shoulder. Maybe extend that left arm overhead like we just were, letting the hips be heavy. And let's take about 3 breaths here, really focusing on letting your neck just kind of unwind. Whatever side of the hip is pulling left or right, up or down, just kind of breathe into the release of it. Slowly walking that left hand back under your shoulder so you can push into it. Maybe extend that arm up and back and down, kind of wiggling through that. And then on your inhale, we're going to lift that left arm all the way up to the sky, stacking the shoulders, push into your right hand. On your exhale, thread that left arm all the way underneath. Maybe walk that right arm forward to give yourself this really awesome, twisty, juicy shape. And then just slowly start to let your head and your neck unwind. Knowing that sometimes it is difficult to breathe through the present moment, even if it's something that is good for us. So just acknowledge that you are here, that you are putting in the effort. Bringing your hand underneath your right shoulder, push into it as you inhale, reach that left arm all the way back up, and then come into this tabletop shape. Wiggle that out, do your thing, and then you'll meet me in a downward facing dog. So maybe roll out those shoulders before you get there, take whatever you need for you. And when we're in this down dog, we're gonna go through some shoulder core work. So really spreading through your fingertips, lifting up through the heels. Bend your knees as much as you can, like you're coming into a squat. And then on your inhale, pull your body through a high plank. Try to rip your mat apart towards the length edge of it. Good, and then exhale, bend your knees. And then inhale, pull your body through towards a squat. Maybe come into your tippy toes. And then exhale, bend the knees. Maybe even touch them down onto the floor. Inhale, come into your plank. Squeeze your hands apart. Exhale, bend. Inhale, launch off into your plank. Exhale, bend. Maybe tap those knees down. Inhale, find your plank. Squeeze your mat apart. Let's do 5 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, pull your collarbones forward. Exhale. Staying with your breath, knowing that you can do 3 more breaths, whether you hold plank, whether you rest the knees. Just keep breathing. Last one. Good, holding plank for 5. For 4, send your heels back, pull your chest forward. For 2, drop your knees, let that go. Take a brief child's pose with knees closer together than wide. Melting your forehead. Sending your hips down towards the earth. Coming back to tabletop, we're just going to finish with a little bit of shoulder mobility. Alrighty, so bringing your right hand behind your head, extend your left leg out. On your inhale, open up your right shoulder, try to look at the sky. And as you exhale, try to tap your left thumb with your right elbow. And then just hold that, push into it. Inhale, pull your chest forward, open up to the sky. Exhale, tap your elbow down to your thumb. Inhale, lift it up. Good, big stretch, big twist. Exhale, tap your thumb. Do 1 more. Inhale, lift it all the way up. Push into your left toes. Touch your thumb. Place your right hand down. Bring your left knee in and then step your left leg back. Bring your left hand to the back of your head. Take an inhale as you gaze up towards the sky. Push into your right palm. Exhale, tap your right thumb with your elbow. Take a moment to stretch through that upper back. Inhale, lift up, push into your right palm. Exhale, gently tap your right thumb. Inhale, move with your own breath here. Remember that you have that long, straight right leg. Tapping that elbow. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, tapping down. Let's do 1 more because I already lost count. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, tap your thumb. And then we'll just slowly come back to tabletop. We'll wiggle side to side, maybe point those fingers towards your knees, getting up nice and close just so we have a really gentle stretch here. If that's too much, you can always come closer. All right, so just close the eyes for a minute. Grip into your fingertips. Just pushing into the base of your palms. Keeping those eyes soft, or just closing them down. Trying to melt your heart between your shoulder blades. So just kind of let that space go. Let that arch of the spine happen. And just start to think about something that you are looking forward to today. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was 20 minutes for movement for yourself. Maybe it's something that you have on the calendar, something you've been looking forward to. Slowly start to take the pressure off of your hands as you blink your eyes open and gently start to move your wrists. Bringing your hands to your heart, just bowing your head, saluting your practice, the devotion to spend time for yourself. Big breath in.